streaming of my code tonight. And yeah, I just wanted to share with everybody. I have tunes from OC Remix playing, which is completely awesome of them to let me use their stuff. So I'm excited. I hope it shows up on the stream and I don't have any copyright issues this time around. So I love it. Actually have the developer or the head of the studio asking me something. Just take care of that. Very nice. I think I own that game. I haven't played it yet, though. I have this problem with just buying everything, which is sad. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put, since I can, gonna capture a little bit more for the stream. Get some information on there. We're gonna do a window capture on there. Sorry, it just kind of came to me now, so I'm dealing with what I got. Okay. Subregion. Hold on, let me try this again. I just want to give you guys a little bit more info on what's going on in the background. Thanks for bearing with me for a second, and we'll get right in it. Oh, one window. Perfect. Perfect. Showing up on the stream now. It should in a second here, hopefully. Right now it's just showing as a black. Ah, damn it. Yeah, that ain't what we want to see. Come on. Work with me, buddy. Try this one more time. If this doesn't work, then we'll just call it a day. Oh, that's too bad. Never mind. I'll just go with what we got here, since it's being a little complainy. So tonight, I want to do a little bit of work on the DLC itself, but we need to do a run through the Endless Tower real quick. I'll show you. I'll explain what I have set up already. I'll just use my default little group that's full of speed items and stuff like that, and see what happens. Just waiting for it to load up initially. always takes longest the first time. I'm really kind of bummed that it's not picking up. Hi, Jared. Jared K. Fan. I have a lot of really cool friends named Jared, so if you don't mind pointing out which one you are, I'd super appreciate it. Man, I should at least get the chat window up. I don't know why this thing's being such a jerk right now, though. My background and stuff has been acting really weird in Windows lately, and it might have something to do with it. Hey Bree, how's it going? So right now I'm letting the game load initially. The first run, it always takes forever and it sits here and loads for whatever reason, but every time I want to run it afterwards, it should be fine. I just want to show you guys what I've done so far for the first level of the DLC, which is kind of cool. At least I thought it was nifty how I figured it out. Alright, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn the music down for now since we've got OC Remix tunes going. They were super enough. So here we have the Endless Tower. I have to put in the highest floor we've got. I haven't programmed that in quite yet. But we have the basic room and setup and everything, which is awesome. And here's our friendly little ogre friend. Boom. So every time you go in right now, it just starts a new party or a new adventure, which is kind of how we want it. I'm going to have a screen set up to where you can choose floors in increments of 10, because every 10 floor levels, you're going to come up across... Ooh, we're almost out of endurance. Never mind, we're going back really quick, and I'm just going to fast forward until guys are healed up. Uh-oh. And I just want to show you, I fixed that. It used to freak out about invasions. How invasions work right now, if you're not super familiar with this game, is when you fast forward, invasions can happen. As you can see, one of the towns, Nomia, is the target of it. And if I sit here and do nothing, which is exactly what's going to happen, because I'm just testing right now, once enough ticks happen, it's going to sack the town. Oh man, it's getting scary. And boom, invasion gone, town sacked. I gotta wait 48 in-game hours before I can go back. Unfortunate. But now everybody's rested up and I won't get my ass handed to me, so that's always a plus. Okay, here's the Endless Tower. The way I have it set up, and hold on, I'm gonna turn on capture the mouse cursor, because we need that. So hopefully now you can see my mouse move around and everything. I might have to get a better mouse pointer jigger. Anyway, so you see where they start out at. What I've ended up doing is I have just a simple algorithm. At the levels themselves are kind of a grid of 6 levels by 5 levels. It could be a total of 30 rooms. We could build that out if we really wanted to. Anyway, so first I determine where the entrance is and where the boss is. And I don't know right now. I can tell you because I have the debug on that the boss is over in 003. Which is actually really boring, just down 2 rooms. But that happens sometimes, so he's not too far away. And then I have the 2 mini-bosses spawning coordinates. So the way the game is programmed, the room ID is in a single array. So basically, this is room 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on until you hit 29, which is the last room, since 0 is counted as a room. So, in order to make just things easier for me to understand and easier to build out rooms, I converted it to coordinates, so it'll start out like this is 0, 0, this is 1, 0, that's 2, 0, and this is 0 going down. So this is, we actually started out in 0, 1. The boss is in 0, 3, mini boss, there's one right here, and there's one like somewhere over here, and then there's free loot. So I think this dungeon's actually going to be kind of small. So I just want to show you a full dungeon really quick, and yep, so we're in 0, 0. Here's a mini boss. I'm just gonna go ahead and destroy these dudes real quick. One of the things I'm gonna do is right now it's using the invasion background, but I do want to change that to eventually use using a different background. It'll change and be random, and there will be matching music for it. I want to base it off of the levels that you've already completed. So that's what we're gonna try to do. If it works that way, who knows? Yeah, this is a tiny little dungeon here, so it's not going to be very big, but, you know, you do run the possibility of starting in one corner and having the boss in the other corner. The mini-bosses, like this poison plant, are actually, they're optional. You don't have to kill them, you just have to find the boss, and then you'll be able to go up another level, which I'm going to have, like, a little go up here thing. So yeah, this level was tiny. Wow, out of all the levels I could have shown you, I get this tiny little thing, because we're going to go back up. We're going to go over, and I think the boss is down 2 rooms. So this one didn't really have anything special in it, so it just summoned some random mobs, and they happen to have a fun attribute to go with them, so they just take a little bit longer to kill because they're armored. Good job, native. Yeah, the tree was not fond of being hit by fire at all. Oh man. Whoa, Jared, let me help you out here. And Strikes, if you don't mind, if you could post a link to this in our forums, in the Steam forums, that'd be great. I'm gonna explain things to Jared since he's blind and, deaf, and can't hear what I'm saying. Enjoy some Final Fantasy music for a second. OC Remix is awesome. I was frustrated the other day about YouTube, and because they kept tagging my videos for random music and stuff that was supposed to be safe, and OC Remix hit me up on Twitter and said, hey, as long as you just throw out there that you're using our stuff, it's totally cool. So I am super pumped on that, and I'm going to make sure to do a little shout out for them and in my videos and stuff. Okay, so basically I'm explaining the game to him. You know, in this game, the levels aren't randomly generated. You get the same levels every time. Like, invasions are like 5 blocks long, stuff like that. And it was something that people were concerned about, you know, kind of upset that the dungeons are always the same every time they would go and there's no variety. I was able to, like I was showing you, I was able to figure out a way to make them random, and I'm really hoping, I want to at least spawn one more that's a little bit bigger after this. But yeah, I'm basically explaining the layout to him right now. I'm going to continue that, and then I'll update you guys on what the layout is as well. Dash is easy. Alright, so basically I'm explaining to him how this works, since we do have a deaf member in the audience, and you know, I want to make sure that he had a cool understanding. So basically what will happen is the bosses and mini-bosses and whatnot, and we're trying to still figure this part out right now, exactly how we want to implement this. But there will be gift cards that drop from these guys. Ooh, Undead Farmer. I like the graphics on him. Anyways, you can use these gift cards to somehow gamble or to buy base equipment. We haven't figured out quite what we want to do yet, but we want some kind of system to use these gift cards that drop. And so people can use for gambling better than normal equipment than you can get in the game. And what will happen is every 10 levels you'll come across a crafting floor. That's kind of like a rest area. You'll be able to rest your party and, you know, do all that fun stuff and craft and salvage gear and everything. But what you'll be able to do there is craft gear that's a little bit better than what's already out there. You know, and the higher up the higher level you're up in the crafting floors, like let's say level 40 versus level 10, for example, you know, it's going to have a larger effect on the gear you craft, which makes sense. And by the way, here's the complete map. This one was really lame. So this is what I've done for this so far, besides fix a couple of bugs. But what I would like to do is tonight is kind of create the scene for the next floor. I got some assets to import, so I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that in a second here. I want to see if I can get a more interesting floor for you, so you can see what's going on. Okay, let's see. Man, this is building some really lame floors. I want a good, decent one. Let me try again. Ooh, this one's way more promising. By the way, yeah, I'm going west, but my guys are running east. Fight me about it. Alright, so let's do a quick little run real fast here. And I just want to check something out. Oh, shut up. I don't know why it does that. Sweet. Alright, I should probably get to some coding here in a second, so I think I'm just gonna drop it, but we gotta... Okay, so let's see here. So let's go over this one. So we start down here in this corner. Entrance. Boss is over this way somewhere. And then mini boss is down over here. Another mini boss. And then there's treasure somewhere up over here. Well, it's a little bit more interesting. But we're going to give it a rest and actually do some coding here. The first thing I'm going to do is, well, I have to create the pet scene. And I believe that's handled here on the world map, actually. Yep, see? Cutscene. So... what I'm gonna have to do is, in between levels... Actually... Actually, I'm going to build it outside of the world map because we don't need to invoke the world map for it. So we're just going to create an empty real quick. Keep the naming convention. So I'll be able to just kind of tell that one to go away when we need it to, and then come back if we need it to. Actually, maybe I should throw it in here. And I'll just anchor it in the center. So what we're gonna do is this is never gonna be running by default. And we're actually going to have to use the other cutscene since I've never built a cutscene in this before. So, cutscenes seem pretty simple. So let's see what happens. So now we've got our cutscene here, and we're going to create I guess the root event, which is just ATD root, I believe is what it's called. 2K TD root, okay, backwards. Wow, I'm super dyslexic tonight or something. 2K TD root, great. And then background, which is just an empty object. So let's go ahead and just set that out because we're actually going to end up with a foreground too. And I'm just going to make this easy. We'll just copy what's here. Save me a little bit of work. Sorry, Ian. Yeah, that should work. Mainly with Bash, Bash is just, I don't know. Just play with Linux more, you'll get it. The best advice I can give. Okay, so I totally just cloned this thing, but we gotta create a new collection, so just really quick, I'm gonna grab and download the new stuff for the scene that our buddy Ryan built so graciously. Let me see here. Oh, wrong account. Signed out or something. Give me just a second here. Yeah, I got signed out. Sweet. Well, this should fix all that drama then. Beauty. There we go. Just pull this real quick. something something. We'll see how this works. Grab this folder real quick. All right. Does that include the cutscene and stuff like that? Yeah, we keep cutscenes. That's where I save that. But, okay, I'll just put an EC assets in a subfolder called nice simple name. Boom, baby. Wow, 59 frames. This will be fun. Okay, so I need to actually create a new sprite collection. Oh, I love it. It just imports it for me. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, let's make sure that I can just see everything without any issues. Oh no. Don't tell me I'm gonna have to do this for every frame. I have to tell it to write or read the file the appropriate way, so apps, nope, people in here, and then always just choose automatic together. I'm so glad that I can just do that once and not have to do that over and over again. Yeah, cutscene. Okay, now for the fun part. So what we got here is the animation collections. And I get to create new 2KD sprite animation, I believe. Yep, perfect. Okay, let's give it a better name. We're gonna call it ET Dungeon Cutscene. I think that's a good name for it. Oops, what did I do? ET Dungeon Cutscene. I'm sorry, oh, this is from Xenogears, is what this is. This is Yasunori Mitsuda, who is the one and only greatest video game composer. Oh no! I stand corrected. Holy shit. This is from Suiken Densetsu 3. I would have never guessed that. It sounds so similar to, like, Chrono Trigger and Xenogears and stuff. I don't remember this song being played in that game, but oh well. So, back to all this. And I gotta rename it one more time because I keep derping. ET Dungeon Cutscene. So we open this editor here. And this actually makes things ridiculously easy. I don't even feel like I'm doing any real programming. Is I want to create a clip. I need to bring these in somehow. Hold on. Do I have to make another object first? I might have to. So let's just open the cutscene that's already done. So ET cutscene. Oh yeah, I have to make a normal collection first. Fun! So wait. Yeah, so that's just a normal sprite collection. So that means I get to go into here first, where you'll see ET cutscene, and now we make one of those instead. So we're just gonna create real quick another fun object. This is just gonna be a sprite collection. It's just an object full of sprites. We'll give it a similar name. ET Dungeon Cutscene. Because, well, we're just okay with that. So now I get to drag my sprites in, and it's going to be good fun. Boom. And there you go. 60 frames of awesomeness, right? We'll just go ahead and commit. We don't really need to mess with any of this stuff. Here, you know what? You know what I'll do? Because everything's being dumb and it won't capture my windows right. I should have thought about this beforehand too. I feel kind of like a moron that I didn't think about this. We're just gonna viewer list. We're just gonna pop out the chat real quick. Here. Just gonna have to look at part of my ugly background. And yes, I am playing Pool of Radiance right now. Now you guys can see what's playing. Somebody send a message real quick. Fine, I'll do it. Okay. OC Remix, Ian. You should know who they are. So we got this done. Let it commit, let it do its thing. And then we're gonna go back into the other thing here. Great. Alright. So now in the animation collection, we got dungeon. We're going to open up the editor for that. I am going to be delayed. There's nothing I can do about that, Ian. Alright. So let's go ahead and create ourselves a clip. Let's call this, you know, AT. Like everything else. Easy frames. Oh, actually, I think I have to add the frames from the dungeon cutscene. Second, just delete this frame. So is there a way to just kind of make this go, or is it gonna? So let's see what Ha! No way. That was too ridiculously easy if that's all we had to do. So we've normally been going about 2 frames a second, so it's going to be like 30 seconds. So I want to do a run through, but I'm not quite sure how to make it just play. I don't know what you're talking about, Ian. Let's see. What the hell? Damn, I just want to play through this. Well, we have it now. I wonder if we can just, now that we have that set up, all right. This is actually a pretty cool remix. It'll actually be a different event thing for this. I'll have to get that figured out here in a little while. I basically tie this into a certain something that gets called, like, they'll do the portal thing. I'll have to create an effect for that. Wondering how we're gonna do that. Let's see who we got. Sweet. Huh. I could have sworn there was a way just to view the animation, like there's a control to just kind of play and go through it. that's cool. You can trigger things to happen during cutscenes and stuff. Okay, so that looks beautiful. Apparently I can just click and drag to preview. Oh well, we'll just have to put this in game or something for a second. I know how I can at least trick it, and we'll just see what it looks like. So what I'll do to hack it so I can figure out the rest of it later is oh yeah, I already have it in there, so I'll just go ahead and keep that the way it is. And let's just go ahead and start a new game real quick. Oh, Ian, were you talking about chat delay? All right. Let's go ahead and start up a fresh game. Aha! The title is missing. I'm gonna have to bring that bad boy back in. So I'll have to figure that out somewhere else or another time, Ian, because I don't actually see where I can change the delay right now, and I don't feel like messing with it. We're just gonna go with what we have. Ian, is the stream cutting in and out for you at all? One of my friends is telling me it is. Okay, so we'll go through this boring stuff. Ska the Human King. So I did something wrong there. I'll have to figure out what I jacked up. That did not work the way I was hoping. Nothing to save here. Alright, so... So they do about 8 seconds for that one. May have to come back. But I think the problem itself might be with the sprite animations. So I'm going to take a look here to see how they did the original ones. 111, middle center box trim default. Yeah, more than one of these open at the same time. Ah, that might be it. I might just have to do box trim on these. Alrighty. What are we doing for? Sweet. Now that we save that, just want to give this another look. Okay, all this cool default stuff. Sweet, fine, that works. So we'll just go ahead and try this out again. Let's just open the previous scene one more time. Loading. Yeah. Okay. Ska already saw it, so. Let's try it one more time here. We got some Kirby coming up next. Awesome. Oh, you just saw the cheat screen. It's still tiny. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to figure that out later though, because I gotta get going right now, friends. Thanks for listening for a while. Hope to show you off more later. Sorry there wasn't that much actual coding, just messing around with the engine and showing off the tower, but I will talk to you later, okay? Take care, everybody, and good night.